Good morning. Find your comfortable seat, lengthen through the crown of your head. Sit with your haunches back up against the back of your chair. Get all the wiggles out. Move around a little bit. Your shoulders. Do little twists in your spine, just little tiny ones. Maybe little turns of your head. Drop your chin and lift. Just some dynamic motion. Round your back, contract and arch. Just little tiny ones, just to put some movement in, and we'll work ourselves into bigger motion. Wiggle on both sit bones, lifting your hips up on either side. And let's do some rotations all the way around. Keep your belly supported. You're not sucking in a lot. You're just a nice support so that when you come forward, you don't have any back pain. Go the other direction. And go left and right, one butt cheek and the other butt cheek. And then center yourself in the center. Lengthen through the crown. Come into your breath. Find your stillness. Feel the rise and fall of the chest. Feel the expansion of the belly. Feel the feeling of the air in your nostrils. Today we're going to work on some of the lines of fascia that work on the support of the body. We have lines of fascia that attach our ribs to our hips. We have lines of fascia that wrap across our body like a sash from up underneath our armpits, kind of across the front to the other hip bone, opposite hip bone on both sides, on the front and the back. We have fascia that runs from our spine around to the front of our sternum. And there's also muscles within the fascia. We're going to work on those lines of fascia and muscles today for support, which is also will be a byproduct. Added some back stretches in there too. So to start, I want you to take your right arm down to your side. Flip your arm over so the palm is facing out and away from you. Drop your left ear to the left side. Take your left arm out to the side, bend your elbow, and place your left palm above your ear, kind of on the roundness of the side of your skull. You're not pushing, you're just resting it. Keep the right arm facing outward, wide fingers. And then lift your chin a little bit, taking the back of your head back slightly. And then start to lower the chin towards the sternum. Not too far down, just enough to feel the stretch move into the back of your neck, upper back. Come back to center. Press the heel of your hand in the head and use that to push your head back up. Relax your right arm, relax your left arm, and then turn your head side to side. Release any tension from the stretch. Head face forward, left arm comes off your lap. Rotate outward so the palm of your hand is facing away from you, out to the left or kind of 45 degree. And then take your right ear to the right shoulder. Right arm comes out to the side, bend the elbow and place the palm above the ear, between the top of the head and the ear. And just rest it there. And breathe. Lift the chin slightly. And start to tuck the chin downward towards the sternum. Stop when you get a good stretch in the back of your neck on the left side. Bring your head back to neutral. Press the heel of your hand in the top of your head and use it to help come back up. Relax both arms. Turn your head side to side. And release. Take your right arm, palm up, and I want you to take it across the body to the left side. And you're going to feel activation through the right side of your rib cage. You're going to inhale, open, lead with your thumb all the way to the back, rotating and turning. Watch the palm of your hand. Exhale, come back forward over to the left side. Stay tall in your spine. Inhale, open up. Watch the palm of your hand. Exhale, come back over to the left side. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close back in. Rotate just enough so that you're keeping your eyeballs locked into that palm on the left side. A little left side rotation. Flip your hand so the palm faces left. Continue just with the arm across the left side of the body. Grab your left shoulder. Take your left hand and just take it on the back of your tricep and just draw it over to the left a little bit more. Breathe. Relax your left hand. Open your right arm to the right side. Coming facing forward, relax your hand down. Roll your shoulder. Have a little draw in through your belly to protect the rotation as we go. And let's switch sides. Left arm palm up and take it over to the right side, right out from your shoulder, roughly. Inhale, open up, look at the hand and keep the head and whole body rotation. Exhale, come back over to the right side. Inhale, open back up. Full rotation. Exhale, back. Inhale, open it back up. Exhale, bring it back in. Keep at your exhale point over to the right. Chest is facing that palm. Flip your hand to face the right side. Bring the palm to the right shoulder. Giving yourself one-sided hug. Right arm comes on the left tricep. Kind of squeeze into the right side. So you're trying to hug over here on your right. Stay tall in your spine. Opening up through that left side some more. Release your hands, open back up, all the way to the front, and relax. Roll your shoulders, little twists, or arch and contract, whichever feels better. Twisting or arching, just kind of try to release some of that side tension. You could also do self-massage, rubbing it along the front, side, a little bit into the back. All right, we're going to take, just like we did a one-sided hug, we're going to do a two-sided hug. So I want you to put your right hand on your right shoulder, your left underneath your right, and come to the shoulder. Just come as far as you can. And we're going to lean to the left. Taking your right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Relax the left shoulder. Pull your belly in like you're scooping out ice cream. Tuck your chin and roll towards the left knee. Breathe. Unroll yourself. Come back up, leaning to the left still. Come back up to center. Pull your belly in. Support it. We're going to switch our arms. Release them. Shake them out. Start with your left hand on right shoulder. Right comes underneath the left and grabs the shoulder. If you can't reach the shoulders, you can grab the biceps. The bottom one can grab up underneath in the armpit. Whatever works. Nice and tall, lean right. Draw in your belly for support. Scoop your belly in like ice cream. Start to round your chin forward towards the right knee. Just to open the back some more. Draw your shoulders and head back. And then lift yourself back up to neutral. Relax. Round, roll, arch and contract. Release any tension that you feel. Rub out tension if you want to rub out tension. Did I say you might have sore sides tomorrow? You might have some sore sides tomorrow. Yay. All right. Lengthen tall. We're going to go between forward and back, arching through our spine, but we're going to add some arm motion to it. So we're going to do the back first. Take a nice deep breath and bring your heart up. And then exhale, scoop out your belly like ice cream, drop your head. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, scoop the belly, draw in. Inhale up, add your arms, open your arms up, heart up. Exhale, draw in, right arm comes over left, hug, giving yourself kind of like a hug. Inhale, open back up. This time, right arm is under left. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward, right over left. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward, left over right. Inhale, up tall. Relax your arms. Roll out shoulders. Twist. Shake it out. Whatever intuitive motion you want to do. Maybe you want to sit back and just relax for a minute. You can do that too. Wiggle, all that good stuff. Working on some of our rotation. We worked on our rotation and we worked on some on the sides. We worked a little bit down the spine. There's a train of fascia that goes from underneath our toes, all the way down the sole of the foot, up the back of the leg, all the way through the butt. And then it comes to both sides of the back, all the way up the back, all the way up over the head and up into the crown, forehead area. So we're going to do the longest one next. We're going to do one side at a time of our legs. So flex your right foot, lift your right leg, lengthen through your crown, come forward slightly and dip your chin. Pull your toes back towards your belly. Lengthen through the crown of your head, even though your chin is tucked in tight. Try not to lock your knee. Feel the stretch all the way from the sole of the foot, down the back of the leg, up the back. Relax the leg, release it down, bring the head up. We're doing the left side. Flex your left foot, lift it into the air. And then round your chin down, lift through the crown of your head, pull your belly in. Toes come towards the belly. Where do you feel this train of fascia the most? I feel it in my legs because we haven't really warmed up much of our legs. Relax your leg first, and then bring your head and torso back up. Lengthen through the crown. We're going to do it again. Now, if you want to use a strap, we're going to do both legs at a time. You're more than welcome to use a strap to assist for the weight of the legs being lifted to help protect the back. Just wrap both feet, strap, belt, whatever you can find nearby. Lengthen up nice and tall to begin with. Flex both feet. If you're using the strap, hold on and lift your legs up. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Drop your chin forward. Pull your belly in like you're scooping ice cream. Pull the toes back towards your belly. Breathe. Release your feet first. Relax your knees. Start to stack your spine. Bring it up on top. And move it around a little bit. Scoot your body forward on your chair. We're going to scoot forward because we're going to utilize the back of the chair, either the seat or this part, whichever you can reach, so that we can work on the front part. Do some arching. So when we arch back, I want you to pull that belly in as tight as you can so that your low back doesn't arch too much. This is more, you want your arch to look, kind of like this and not like you're bending the wrong direction, okay? So take your right and left arm behind you. It can grab the seat of the chair. You can put them on the top of the chair. You can grab the back of the chair, whichever you have the flexibility to do. They can be right next to your hips. If I sit like this and just kind of have my hands right here so that I can draw my elbows back, my shoulders back, and lift my heart up like so. And breathe. Relax your heart down, relax your shoulders, relax your elbows, relax your hands, shake out your hands. Don't put a lot of pressure in your hands. You should feel the most exertion with your shoulders and elbows drawing back. It shouldn't be weighted in your hands. So return your hands to whatever comfortable position you have. You can grab to the back of the chair if you want. Take a deep breath, lift your heart, head back, pull the belly in, don't forget the belly. The breathing is going to be a little shallow. Shoulder blades draw together like you're trying to hold a quarter between your shoulders. Don't forget the belly. Keep the belly pulled in. Keep breathing. Draw the head down first. Let the heart lead. Relax the shoulders, elbows. Shake it out. Face back forward. Relax through our body. We're going to drop one leg at a time. I should have stayed that way. Drop one leg at a time. So we're going to drop. Get on one cheek on, one cheek off. We're going to drop that knee. Part of low back pain is that this This muscle right here that we're going to stretch is this too long most of our time. And then we go walking and doing and lifting, and this muscle is shortened because we're like bent most of the time. So we're going to lengthen it out. The hip flexor muscle is attached to the front of our femur bone. It goes through the iliac, through part of the hip joint into, and attaches at your low back area right here. So if it's short, it's pulling your low back into an arch. So we're going to lengthen it up. Knee below your shoulder. And in this position, I want you to pull your belly in and like round your back. Draw your shoulders forward, scoop your belly out like ice cream. Be like a hunchback. You're hunching over, but don't let your knee move. You should feel some stretch through the front of this. Scoop all of this out. Breathe. Hunching over, just letting that arm hang. Then I want you to slowly stack, sit back up. Put your hand on your hip and lift your heart up. Keep your knee in place. Head goes back slightly, heart lifts up. And we're going to switch again. Pull the belly in, drop the head, scoop everything out, hunch over. Which one are you feeling the more stretch in, the hunch or the arch? Stretching in the thigh, deep into the hip flexor. Coming back up, hand on the hip, lift your heart up, head up. And relax. So I want you to think of your hips like a bowl. So when you put your heart up, does your bowl spill forward or does your bowl remain level? And when you round forward, is your bowl spilling in the back or is it remaining level? So our goal is to keep our bowl level. So let's try it focusing on keeping the bowl of our hips level. Imagining that it's full of liquid. Round forward, pull the belly in. You kind of have to squeeze the glute to keep the bowl from spilling backwards. Slowly come back up. Hand on your hip, lift your heart up. Your back wants to arch and spill the bowl forward, but we want to keep that butt squeezed to keep that bowl in place. How does that change your stretch? And relax. Release this leg, bring it up. Shake it out. Up nice and tall. Take your right, or whichever because I didn't specify left or right. So whichever one's on the outside hanging off, bring that arm across the body to the back of the chair for another twist. Imagine your belly button is yearning towards your knees. Limit your rotation. And come back forward, nice and slow. Walk around to the other side. Drop your knee. One cheek on and one cheek off. Now just ignoring the bowl. Let the bowl do what the bowl's gonna do. We're gonna drop our head and shoulders forward. Relax through the glute. Don't try and activate anything in the leg. Scoop the belly out. You're rounding over a beach ball. Try and let that leg and butt relax. Now we're going to go the other direction. Hand on the hip. Lengthen through the spine. Lift your heart, head up. Trying to keep the leg relaxed. Going back the other direction, start to scoop the belly out, round yourself over the ball. And back up. Hand on the hip. Heart lifts, shoulder back, kind of one-sided. Now we're going to do it paying attention to our bowl. So everything is lengthened up tall, back to a neutral position. I have a hair that wants to suck itself into my mouth. It's driving me crazy. All righty, we're gonna go forward. Make sure that your bowl does not spill to the back. Squeeze the glute, pull the belly in, scoop it out, lean over that ball. Keep the bowl from spilling in the back. And start to come up tall. Lift through the heart. Don't let the bowl spill forward. Squeeze the glute and by pressing the hip forward, it keeps it more level. Heart up, head up. And come back to neutral, bring that leg up. Relax it. Outside arm is going to come across the body over to the back of the chair. Follow your gaze with the hand. Nice little twist. And gently relax, walk yourself forward. We're going to give the back some forward bend. So open your feet out. If you need some more support for the upper body, you can put a block or a pillow or books or something in front of you to lean onto. Otherwise, you can just hang in between your legs. So make sure your knees stay stacked over the ankles, so that when you come forward, they don't slide forward. Lengthen tall through your crown. We're going to put our hands on our hips, or right in our hip joint. Deep breath, lengthen. Exhale, flat back comes forward. Feel your fingers in the crease of your hip. Come forward, come forward, come forward. You have a nice flat back. Then release your hands and place them either on your apparatus or the floor. Tall spine. Lengthen from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Imagine that you have a tray of drinks on your back. Your back is nice and flat. Then begin to round. Let the drink slide down the back of your head. Let your belly hang. Let your shoulders hang. Let your head hang. The only thing active is trying to keep the knees over the ankles. Shake your head no. Take another breath or two. And I want you to push your hands through your hands to straighten your back. Looking at the floor. Your hands can either be on the floor or on an apparatus of some sort. I want you to take your right hand right underneath your sternum. I want you to take your left hand to your left knee, not on the knee cap, but back behind it, the knee joint. And I want you to rotate your sternum towards that left knee. Mine only really goes towards the foot. I can't face my kneecap, but just that direction. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then rotate back, place the left hand in the middle where the sternum would be. And place the right hand behind the kneecap on the thigh. Rotate your sternum towards the right foot or knee, the right direction. Stay tall in your spine. Rotate back. You have two different ways you can come up. You can start pulling and scooping your belly like you're over a beach ball and roll yourself up, or you can go flat back. Root through the feet for both versions. Squeeze your butt, roll or come up flat back. Pull through the belly, lengthen tall, stacking everything on top of each other. Nice and gentle. Shake it out, roll it out. We're going to stand and do some of our balance. Hairs in my mouth and make my mouth itchy. Do some balance standing with our chair. You want the back of the chair so that you can reach it. I'm going to start with my chair on my left, and I'm going to do my stuff on my right. There's that hair. Just move around a little bit. Shake things out a little bit. We're going to put our weight on our left foot. We're going to take our right toes forward, pointing your leg forward. Like so, if you're watching me that far. So point through your toes, kind of ballerina-esque. Inhale, bring your right arm up overhead. Hinge at your hips and come forward, but your hips are going back in space. Lengthen. Breathe. Right heel is off the floor. Left knee slightly bent. Come back up. Pull through the belly. Now we're going to go to the left side. Take your hips to the right. And come back up. Bring the hand down to your hip. Keep your toe pointed and lift your knee up. Draw the belly in. Get comfortable with the wiggle. Find a focal point. Try and make sure your hips are level. Your hip bones are both level. You're not hiking that right hip up. Breathe. Straighten the leg out and bring the toes back down, nice and slow. Go to flat foot on the right foot and put your weight even between both feet. Transfer your weight to the front foot and come up on the toes of the left foot, the one behind you. Keeping your balance. Hold on to the chair if you need to. Lengthen through the crown. We're going to hinge at the hips. Chest comes forward, butt goes back in space. Keeping the balance. Feel the stretch all the way down the back of that right leg. Tall spine. Imagine the drinks are on your back. Use the seat of the chair if you need to move to the seat of the chair with your hand. Breathe. Squeeze your butt and pull yourself up. Shake it out. Switch sides. All right, weight is on the right foot, left foot is forward, toes pointing. Supporting leg is slightly bent. Breathe. Holding the chair if you need to with the right hand. We're going to hinge at the hips, butt goes back, chest comes forward. You can bend the supporting leg a little more if you need to. Lengthen through the crown. Feel that stretch. Breathe. Gently come up. I forgot to do that with an arm. Inhale, arm up, outside arm up. We get to do it again because I forgot the arm. Hinge at the hip, come forward. There we go. This is our ballerina-esque move. Like we're bowing. Come back up. Now we're going to go to the right side. Hips go left. You can always have that hand on the chair for balance if you need to. Coming back up. Relax your arm. Put weight on both feet evenly. So bring your weight of your body forward in between both legs. And then you're going to transition the weight to the front foot, come up on the toes in the back foot. Supporting knee is soft. We're going to hinge at our hips. Hips back, chest forward. Hold that tray of drinks. Lengthen through the crown. Feel the stretch the back of that leg, front leg. Breathe. Squeeze your butt. Pull your belly in and come up. Nice and slow. Shake it out. Let's go to the floor. Let's give our back some massage. We're going to hit the hip flexors again while we're down here. Starting on your back. We're all going to go to flopping legs. Center yourself on your mat. Take your feet to the outside edges and just let those legs flop back and forth. Play with different variations of flopping. The legs can go together at the same rate of speed. The legs could go one at a time, giving more interior thigh stretch. Take both knees to the right. Roll up on the outside edges of your feet. Take your arms to cactus arms or T arms or YMCA arms. Or you can have a diamond arm. Diamond arm is having your hands touch over your head and your elbows bent. But you want to do one that's give you a little bit of stretch. You don't want to be too easy. Squeeze your left glute. Press that left hip forward. Relax the right leg. Turn your head to your left arm, hand, left side. I want you to breathe into the left side of your belly. If you could force air into any particular direction. Relax your glute. Draw the belly in. Draw the knees up. And I just want you to pause at the center. Both knees up over your ankles. And I want you to tilt your hips forward and back. Little tilts. I don't want you to arch your low back so far that you get any sort of spasms, any sort of pain. Just gentle arch and flatten. I don't care what you do with your arms at this point. I'm just keeping mine in cactus. Your arms can take a break if they need to. And start flopping again, going left and right at your own pace. Play with the different variations of flopping. Single leg, double leg. And then roll both of your knees over to the left, rolling up on the outside edges of your feet. Then find a position for your arms: cactus, T, Y, or diamond. Those are our 4 basic shapes. Squeeze your right glute, press the hip forward, relax the left leg. Let it lay there all by itself like dead weight. Turning your head to the right. Breathe into the right front belly. You have big belly breaths. Fill up the belly. Let the belly fully release the air. Press it out. Squeeze through the glute. Relax the glute. Draw the belly in. Draw the knees up. Pause in the center. And again, do some arch and flatten of the spine. You can relax your arms if you want, or switch position of your arms to something different. And I want you to hold in a flat back, pressing it into the mat. Feel your tailbone rise. Feel the bottom of your glutes rise. Make sure the soles of the feet are pressing into the floor. The knees are over the ankles. Really flatten that back down into the floor. Rounding those glutes up. Breathe. Breathing into your chest. Nice big breaths. And relax 1 vertebrae at a time, from mid-back all the way down to tailbone. Draw your feet together. Let them touch. Squeeze through the interior of your legs, the feet, ankles, the calves, the thighs, the butt. Squeeze it all together. And relax. Keep the skin touching, but don't squeeze. You'll feel that you have to squeeze a little bit in order for them to touch, because they just want to fall open. So just keep allowing them to touch. Arms at your side, palms down. We're going to do a Pilates upper body. Take a deep breath. Exhale, chin into chest, lifts off the mat. Pull it in and relax it back down. It's kind of like a crunch, but it's a Pilates thing. You're not lifting your shoulders off the mat. You're just lifting your head and neck. Deep breath. Exhale, round your chin into your sternum, lifting your head off the mat as far as you can, and then exhale it back down. Deep breath. Exhale, chin in, roll up. All the air's out. Inhale, roll back down. Draw 1 knee at a time into your chest. Roll out your back. There's the sound of Shavasana. Take a moment to do some self-massage while you're getting ready for Shavasana. You can get ready first if you want, but just rub anything that feels tired, that feels like it's talking to you. Maybe you're rubbing your thighs, because we did do quite a few back of the thigh stretches. Maybe you need to rub your quadrilateral, which is that low back muscles on either side of your spine, right above your hip bone in your back, that area that gets tight. That's the quadrilateral. You want to rub that. I'm always rubbing that. That's just kind of thing I do. You might want to rub your hips. You might want to rub that fascia line on either side between your rib cage and your hip bone. You may need to rub a shoulder, even though we didn't do much shoulders. You might need to rub a knee, a foot. Do a little bit of self-massage as you bring yourself to your savasana position, making your way down, making your way comfortable and supported. And then bring yourself to stillness. Imagining that if you have ever measured a fish, not many of us have, I haven't, but I've watched it being done. And you want that fish to have the best measurement, especially if you're in a competition for the longest fish. They place the nose of the fish into this V shape. And they hold it behind its fins. So it's got a little bit of pressure up against the nose. It's all the way up there. Then they run their hands down the tail, kind of lengthening that fish, making sure they get the longest stretch possible. If you can kind of imagine that your spine, your bottom is kind of being, or your bottom of your head, whichever makes more sense in your body anatomically, it's pressed against one end, and then your spine is lengthened out to get the longest possible measurements. Imagine lengthening that out, reaching for that extra inch. And once you think you've reached your maximum length, I want you to release into that feeling. Releasing into the back body, releasing into the floor, the mat. Settling into your breath. I want you to imagine that you're sitting in a boat, not a big boat, a boat that you could touch the water in without a lot of effort, not having to lean over the side a long ways, like a kayak or a canoe or something you could easily touch the water. Could also be a stand-up paddleboard, almost like you could dangle your arm off the side and your fingers would touch. Imagine you're in this boat. And you can kind of feel the gentle movement of the boat through the water. Maybe the breeze is pushing it, maybe the current, maybe someone else is manning it, because you're just relaxed on this boat. You can watch the ripples of the water come off the front of the bow as the boat glides through the water, nice and calm and serene. You can dip your fingertips in the water and you can see the little ripples created as your fingers glide with the motion of the boat. The body is comfortable. The water is comfortable. There's a little bit of air on your face. The skies are calm. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. You're just imagining floating on that boat through the water. No place to go, no place to be, but lots of things to see. Where is your boat floating? Are you on open body of water and you can see the shore? See the nature? Can you see the bottom of the body of water that you're on? Are you in a canal? Are there people out on docks fishing or reading as your boat slowly passes by? You can see the clouds pass overhead. The birds fly by and land on the water, only to skitter and go as you come close. The water calms our heart, soothes our soul. Feel yourself afloat with not a care in the world, taking in the sights. And I want you to imagine that your boat just gently reaches shore. You can feel the motion just come to a brief halt as your boat has beached itself. And I want you to imagine yourself swinging your legs off to the left, sitting in the boat, but allowing your legs to dangle into the water. Feel the water between your toes. Feel it around your ankles. Comfortable, yet refreshing. And imagine yourself just gently lifting up out of the boat with great ease and grace and poise and standing in that ankle deep water, walking up out of the water, feeling the earth beneath your feet. Are you on sand or are you on concrete, maybe at a dock or on the rocks of a lake? Wherever you're standing, it's comfortable. Feel rooted with the earth. Look out over the water. The water is almost like glass. It's such a calm day. Feel your heart in the water, in nature. And with just as much grace and poise, you gently sit where you stand. Feel the earth beneath your sit bones. Sitting in a nice, comfortable position. Closing your eyes to your vision. And imagine that you just roll onto your back, just into the position you are in now. And the earth is replaced with your floor. The sky has been replaced by your ceiling. The fresh air has been replaced with the air of your room. Maybe you have scented candles or plug-ins, or it just smells like home. Remember your boat ride. Remember the calm and the serene, and take that as another place you can go when stress and agitation fills your body. Go to your lake, go to your stream, your ocean, your canal, wherever it is that you can find peace. Bring your awareness to your fingers and your toes, to both knees and both elbows, your belly and your back. And gently begin to move wherever you feel like you want to move first. Moving around a little bit, stretching. Try and make your movement into each joint, each muscle, each tendon. Getting your movements a little bit bigger, twisting or rolling. Straightening out your arms and legs. Breathe and lengthen and stretch in opposite directions. And relax. Gently draw one knee at a time into your chest. Give yourself a few rolls. Before you roll over onto your side, long spine, stack your shoulders, hips, knees, support your head. Give gravity a moment to transition. Equilibrium a moment to transition. Gently peel yourself off the mat. Come to sit, however you feel most comfortable. Lengthening through your crown. Stack your shoulders over your hips and drop your head forward. Roll to the right, lifting your chin. Tuck and roll to the left, lifting your chin. And come back to center, dropping your head. Jut your chin down towards your lap. Feel some stretch in your upper back and chin. And then scoop it forward and up to the ceiling. And lower back down to neutral. Turn your head right. Turn your head left. Take your head forward. We're going to do one side stretch at a time. Right arm, inhale, up and over to the left. And then exhale it back down to neutral. Take a nice big breath. You can get a nice big stretch. Left side up and over. And back down on your exhale. Lengthening through your crown. Hands in your lap. I want you to take both hands to the left leg and rotate left. Take both hands over to the right leg and rotate right. Chest facing forward. Take a nice deep breath. Use your arms. Inhale up. Exhale down. Press the air away. Last breath of the practice. Inhale up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale. Bring them down to your chest. Lengthen through your spine. Flutter your eyes open. And namaste.